the ball bearing 370.
You're right. It looks the same, but it's not.
This is the ball bearing charger.
That's 370. Gotta test it out. We have the 370 journal bearing charger on. Dan's testing out some ball bearing chargers. Since the way they're spooling right now, I mean, especially with the smaller chargers, he wanted to test it in this one first, just to see if he can get a little bit better spooling, whatnot. So we're gonna put it in and we're gonna drive it. I'm actually taking this truck home because I have to buy something off Dan, and I don't have a truck to drive right now. So yeah. So I get to go pick something up that I'm buying off him with this truck. So we're going to do some drivability with the new charger. I think he already has some data logs for the old S370 with the journal bearing charger. So we'll figure it out.
Air compressor.
Yeah, right on cue. And so we're going to drive it a little bit. I'm going to let Josh drive it. We're going to get some opinions. I drove it a little bit so far. Comes up perfect. So great.
Oh wow.
How heavy is your trailer?
That was weird.
What?
Like that? Not that heavy.
No.
I think it's like 6.
That'll just be a good representation of how this turbo works on it. Because last time we were here, we kept blowing boots. Boost leak.
Yeah, boost leak.
When we put this 70 ball bearing charger in.
Right.
Yeah. Trying to do Barney's. I forgot how good this thing like came up on itself on the charger.
That's not what other people think then, you know?
I guess they never experience what turbo lag is. Put this on a 6-liter and they would hate life.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing how different like 6-liter and 6.4s were. Like, I mean, at least 6.4s you could spool better. Not nearly as well as these. Striker 3 Rivers.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's faster than my truck ever was. And you have a trailer hooked up to it.
Well, you got a 6-liter.
Yeah, I know.
That's what people are always like, yeah, but when you build 6-liters, they womp everything. Like, no, not really.
Kind of down. Sorry to burst your bubble.
It's nice with the weight on it, though. It doesn't spin nearly as bad.
No. When are you putting traction bars?
Dude, I have all that stuff to build the kits.
You do?
Yeah, I got everything to do it. It's just a matter of finding time. Everything else that's going on.
Well, don't you have to weld them together?
Yeah, so I got to figure out the tube length and stuff.
Oh, I got you.
Which I have a general idea for like this truck, but we gotta kind of figure out like, yeah, we gotta kind of figure out like everything else. Actually, if anything, I feel like it's almost spooling better with the trailer on
I mean, I guess more load might. Yeah. Oh, you got a boost gauge on there now, didn't you? Didn't you?
it. Yeah, there's one in the vent over here.
Yeah. What?
Like 55, like 50, 55.
Because then you say it wasn't reading all the way on this then.
Yeah, well, these map sensors peg at 42.
Okay. 55. Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's like 50, 55. That ballpark.
I guess you're not really trying to look down while you're going fast.
I mean, see it. See, like even right here, it's not smoking. We're lugging it pretty hard.
Like,
It's kind of par for the course with a non-VGT.
yeah.
But I mean, that's lugging it pretty good.
What gear was that?
And that was fifth.
Fifth gear,
Fifth
about
gear.
50%, 40 to 50% throttle, still holding about 6-7 pounds of boost.
And that's up a pretty steep hill.
Yeah.
That ball bearing charger does work so much better. I mean, not. Yeah.
I think it does.
It definitely.
And the thing I like about it is you can get more aggressive with it. So like, if you do have injectors in the truck or really hot tune in it with a pump, it deals with the back pressure issues and stuff like that a lot better and not take out the thrust bearing. So like,
Do you have plans on doing ball bearing on all of them?
EGTs too.
About 726, 750, 800.
Now you gotta remember too, like right now we're on the converters lock.
Yeah.
Dude, this thing, like, I want to build one of these in a manual so bad. But yeah, do you want to do ball bearing in the other sizes or no?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I already did. Yeah, we're selling them. So we got 63, 66, and 70 ball. I have not run a 63 or a 66 in ball yet, you know.
Yeah.
That's
I imagine it'll just be a little sooner spooling than this.
right.
Same
I think the
characteristics.
63 will be pretty decent, honestly.
That would probably be good for somebody that tows a lot.
Right. So like even right here.
Fifth gear, fourth.
Yeah, and then a little tiny puff and then it downshifts.
40% throttle, 11 pounds of boost.
Yeah, I mean,
And then you get to this point with these chargers. Once you get to about 17 to 18 pounds, that's when
It just goes.
there's EGT. That's at 80. 1300. Wide open, and that's on 780 horsepower.
yeah, I mean,
And it doesn't feel like there's a trailer behind it because
No.
you're still like, I need to slow down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's impressive.
Super impressive. Would you say that it is true that there's like kind of a different driving style with the non-VGTs?
110%.
Absolutely. 100%.
Because I have been seeing people that have been saying things about how it's just
You
so
have to-
smoky and with
Well-
this and that. And
What, like for instance, if I'm cruising along right now
Yeah.
You know, if you try to drive it like a gas drop and pull out and just floor it, you're gonna blow smoke everywhere. It's just it's just how they act.
Yeah.
You know, the vanes aren't closed like it would be on a VGT truck, to where it's just gonna immediately start spooling the turbine. You know,
You have to work it a little.
You got to
bit.
kind of work with it. You know, it's kind of like if you're running, you know, I don't know, you know, maybe people can maybe relate with this, but if you have like an older tractor or something like that, you know, it's the same thing. If you lug an older tractor down like that, that's turbocharged, and just give it all the fuel, they die. You know,
Yeah.
You got to keep the charger up. So
It makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like, but once you drive it for like a week or two, like it just becomes the natural way of driving to you. Like you just learn it, you pick it up and go with it.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, you basically, what happens is you end up getting accustomed to what the truck likes. You know, like as far as like RPM, you know, everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
You kind of just get accustomed to it.
I've
and
never
it's-
owned one. I've just driven.
Well,
them.
I'm saying, well, your Cummins was not VGT.
Yeah, it was, and that,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it
mean,
was a
so-
different. Yeah. Well, all the 5.9s weren't.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, it's just a different type of, you know what I mean? Like it's just a different type of driving.
Yeah.
And the thing is, and I always tell people too, like if I'm talking to them, I always tell them like, listen, if it's that big of a deal, the easiest thing to do, put it in manual mode till you get used to it.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is you can't tune the transmission to be perfect for that. Everyone's driving style. You know, if you carried the revs super high for everybody to as far as shift points, yeah, you'll keep the charger up. But people aren't gonna like that because
No.
they're gonna want it to upshift when they're easing out of the pedal and just cruising along
Yeah.
on the flat. So it's like almost like people who live in hilly areas are gonna want a totally different tune than people who live on flat ground.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So
And what they do as well, and with the trucks too.
right.
There's so many variables. There's no one perfect tune. That's the thing.
That's exactly
And
right.
people expect it to be.
And if you're in a shitty section, you know, of road where it's constantly this shit, you know, up and down, put it manual mode. Just lock it out, pick the gear you think you're gonna need.
Yeah.
It's no different than if you have bought a stick truck.
Just
And
not
you're
using
not-
the clutch.
And you're not doing it all the time.
Yeah.
You're just doing it when you have a trailer on the back sometimes. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a give and take. If you want 800 horsepower, you can't do that with VGT.
What do you mean, dude?
So it's a give and take thing.
Yeah, I
You know what I mean?
No,
So-
but people want all the give, no take.
Well, there's people who say you can do that, but you can't.